Your brain controls everything you do, every thought, every movement, every feeling. But how exactly does it work? In this video, we'll take a deep dive into each part of the brain, breaking down how it functions and why it matters. Let's get started. The cerebrum is the largest part of the brain and is divided into two hemispheres, the left and the right. Each side controls the opposite side of the body. The left hemisphere is commonly linked to logic and language, while the right hemisphere governs creativity and spatial reasoning. Now let's break it down further. An easy way to remember the four main lobes is by using the mnemonic FPOT. Think of it like a simple formula for brain power. Frontal lobe, F for fancy thinking, responsible for decision making, problem solving, movement, and personality. Parietal lobe, P for processing touch. It helps interpret sensations like pain, temperature, and spatial awareness. Occipital lobe, O for optics. It processes everything related to vision. Temporal lobe, T for tunes and talk, involved in hearing, speech, and memory formation. These lobes work together seamlessly, constantly processing information and generating responses in fractions of a second. While the cerebrum helps you think, the brainstem keeps you alive. This structure connects the brain to the spinal cord and controls vital functions such as breathing, heart rate, and digestion. Remember the mnemonic MPM for brainstem parts. Midbrain, M for movement and coordination, helps process visual and auditory information and controls voluntary movements. Pons, P for pathway, plays a role in sleep, breathing, and communication between brain regions. Medulla oblongata, M for major autonomic control, regulates heartbeat, breathing, and reflexes. Without the brainstem, none of the brain's other functions would matter, because we wouldn't survive. Deep inside the brain lies the limbic system, the parts responsible for emotions, motivation, and memory formation. Remember the mnemonic HAT: Hippocampus, Amygdala, Thalamus. Though the thalamus is primarily a relay center, not always considered part of the limbic system. Hippocampus, H for history keeper, helps form and store memories. Amygdala, A for alarm system, processes fear and emotional responses. Thalamus, T for traffic controller, transfers sensory signals to the brain. Tucked at the back of the brain, the cerebellum is small but mighty. It's responsible for coordination, precision, and balance. Think of it as the brain's movement coach, fine-tuning actions so you don't trip over your own feet. Remember the mnemonic cerebellum equals coordination coach. Without it, simple tasks would feel clumsy or uncoordinated, and conditions like ataxia can impair movement altogether. Together, these structures shape who we are, from our emotional responses to our ability to recall experiences. The human brain is nothing short of extraordinary. Every thought, movement, and emotion originates here. Understanding how it works gives us insight into what makes us who we are. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the brain, be sure to like, subscribe, and let me know what part of the brain fascinates you the most.